Same sound check for Scott. Please let me know to make sure that you can hear me and that you're also able to see my screen. That'll help me make sure I'm, again, doing the right things. Okay, great. Thank you, Donald. Really appreciate that. Okay, everyone. So this is our evening Wednesday webinar where we talk about the trade of the week. This is a webinar that really focuses not so much on the sales of our product, but really on ideas that are going to help you make money and hopefully allow you to purchase Trade Ideas subscription, which is what we want, but we want the company, we want our software to pay for it for you. We really do. And we're going to talk a little bit about performance because really Trade Ideas technology is much like professional athletics. It's all performance based. You can't say that your software did really well 3 months ago, but it's kind of struggling now. You have to always be on. And that's why we're really excited to have this Trade of the Week webinar and a lot of things to show you. Before we get started, let's just quickly do the disclaimer. Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor, so all the information that you're going to see today should not be construed as registered investment advice. It's for informational and educational purposes only. So for all of you that are here that really don't know, like again, that follow Trade Ideas but maybe just tangentially, or you just get our Trade of the Week, what really put us on the map, I mean, we've been in the idea generation business for, my goodness, over 13 years. But what really put us on the map is this beautiful lady named Holly that we created, which is an artificial intelligence engine that's designed to help people invest. And it's not given to hedge funds, and it's not for black boxes. It's for you. It's for people like yourselves who might trade actively or might trade just passively when you have time, or either or. You could be a doctor, a lawyer, or just somebody who's looking to make extra income. We wanted to create something that democratizes research that uses the latest innovations in science to help find price discrepancy and supply and demand inefficiency where we can help you take advantage. So again, I encourage you to visit the website. This is a really special kind of technology. So let's talk about the trade of the week. Okay, so this week it was SolarCity, and I'm going to get into that, but all you have to do is pull up a chart. And one of the things that I want to, maybe ask, and you can just quickly tell me, we do this hopefully for you to take advantage. Nobody can when you do or don't take advantage of anything. But I would love to see, did anyone take advantage of SolarCity this week? And the question and answer, just hit yes if you did, no if you didn't, it's fine. Again, just curious because again, this whole point is this is being done for you. It's free, but the information we believe is incredibly valuable. So in this particular case, SolarCity that we told you to purchase right around, I believe it was just above 24, and again, I'll get into the price, is up 10%. Last week, it was Fuel Cell, which was at $6, and Fuel Cell we're going to talk about, and the week before it was Shake Shack. Again, everything here, all this free information gave you the ability to purchase our software and be set up with it from this point on. So I'm going to show you here that not only, let me make this a share. So this, oops, hold on. So this is what it looks like in terms of how our artificial intelligence performs against the S&P, so day by day. So let me explain what we do. So every day our AI wakes up and it starts at 0 and it trades, and the pluses and the minuses of that are tallied up against what the SCTY is doing as an ETF. And this is our, from the beginning of when we started, which I believe was like December 31st, here's where we are from that point on right now. The SPY is negative and the AI is up like about 20 something, 25 points. We have, now obviously this is a slide, but I want to show you how detailed all of this is. This is actually the summation screen where we can see literally every single thing that the AI is doing, what are the actual win rates, how much the S&P is changing. So you can see that we take all the data analysis very quickly. And the thing too that this doesn't show is that we're putting a lot of work to make this AI better and better. So like over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, it's been positive every single day, and it's, again, really nice to see all of that work paying off. So in terms of information, the Trade of the Week, webinar is really all about you guys getting access to good names that you should be into. Okay, so again, I'm going to go to SCTY, Solar City, and talk about what was the setup. So the setup was, you can kind of see this line. We have, what I do is I always talk about how Trade Ideas technology makes it so that not only are we creating and showing you how our AI picks the setups, but we interact with the intelligence, and so that nothing is missed. So here's the signal, and this is where it went after the signal. So that's what that Trade of the Week looks like, and I want to show you why and how, like again, to the tune of the profiling. So here Solar City was up to like $60, and all this Nevada stuff started coming out, but the news is really irrelevant. I mean, there was a huge move to be played on the downside. Once it started to come down, there was, again, some more speculation, and then there was a huge, huge gap down, like just a complete annihilation, and you can see this, there's a very large volume bar here. So when that happens, that a lot of times is a telltale sign for what's called a washout, where there's so much panic, somebody just couldn't take it anymore, they got out, and so it started to build a base. And again, as it started to rise, this is part of what, what triggers our AI to say, okay, it's time. And when you see that there's this gap that it can fill, that's called the void. And these setups are known statistically to be very high in terms of percentages. So one of the other things I want everyone to see is that, again, there's kind of like a certain formula for this, and it's simple. The idea is that we want everyone to understand it. So the formula is right here, like here in Solar City, notice that it's got a large short float. Okay, so that's one of the things that we look for. Like, we look for a short float that's, I mean, obviously even a 10 or a 20% is high, but when you see something in the 40s, that's very high. And when the float of a company is under 100 million, it just means that there's a lot of volatility that could happen. There's a very big bet on the negative side, and if someone should be wrong, and in this case, what you're seeing is they're feeling the pain, this could continue to move. So that was one of the underpinnings of why this happened and why this move is continuing. But this is, again, the kind of information that we try to present to you. FCEL, let's talk about last week's. Again, a very similar play, just an incredible strategic move to the upside after breaking that alert that we all, again, I believe we talked about this on previous ones, and this is something else that we're going to do. We're going to create future potential trades of the week together on this webinar. So for those of you who aren't customers, either jot these down or you'll see them when they come out. For those of you who are customers or who are going to be customers, I'm going to be sharing all of these lists with you, and we're going to set up some really cool stuff that has huge potential for the rest of this week and next. I mean, the market really is in a very exciting time because there could be a very, very big move to the upside. At least that's what statistically we're seeing. And again, if you're not in it, it's going to be impossible to take advantage. So FCEL, again, you see this move, it's that washout that's happening here, the building of the base, and then the starting of the move. And then here, what's really nice is that continuation. And again, everybody that was in this trade has a huge percentage win. And not that there wasn't any volatility, and that's what everyone needs to see. Like, it's impossible to tell the future, right? We're not in the 8-ball fortune-telling business. We're just very good at the data mining. We visually let you see and mine the data, and then we're able to connect that data to you in a way so that you really never miss an opportunity again. So I'm not going to go into Shake Shack. What I want to do is I want to spend as much time as possible today really going over what's setting up. So I have 4 windows that we're going to talk about where just there's a lot of things that what's called setting up, and we're going to put in prices on them. You guys write them down. This is all for you. And these are the ones that have already kind of been culled by our technology, and these are the ones who are going to definitely be in the list for the next Trade Ideas Trade of the Week, and hopefully the same or better percentage returns. So let's take a look at what we've seen. So float on is a window that really focuses when stocks trade a large percentage of their float. So things like Peabody Energy, you can see a huge move, and in an earlier webinar I already put in a price for us right around 628. So here we're ready to pounce on this and look at the longer term. You know, people ask us, is trade ideas for day trading, and we say there is no such thing as a day trade, or rather every trade is a day trade because you're probably making it during a day. You need to be in a stock for as much as it can give you, and that the risk part is a function of your own personal kind of like footprint. If you don't have to get out in one day, if your account allows you to be in it, there's reason to escape. So just be aware of that. Although on our AI, we do start fresh every day, so it's easy for customers to follow. So we handicap ourselves. There's no positions that our AI can ride. It's outperforming the S&P starting from scratch. It's pretty impressive if you think about it. So okay, so BTU, setting up, you can see that again. If we zoom in, you can see exactly what we're doing, and we're looking for a pop right into this 8 area. So that's set up. Let's take a look at FIT. So FIT came down, it was downgraded. The initial, we had set up a buy point on it right here. So it has like an alert at 1647 that it crossed, but then it really got kind of weak on the recent downgrade and just completely broke. But today I set up a price on it for 1308, and here's again, there's an important thing here. Everyone should see. Look at the short float, 85.2%. That means basically everyone is betting on this thing to go. Okay, so this company's got 666 million in cash, and they've got 1.8 billion in revenues. Okay, and they just released earnings 11 days ago. They have a 92% quarterly revenue growth. Now, I'm not saying, again, my job is not to be an analyst here, because again, that's an analyst, by the way, as you know, may not know anything either. But the point is here, this does set itself up to go. Now, here's what's really important. Look at this percentage of float traded, and it was up. Now, this is a measly up move for Fitbit, but after getting obliterated over here, you know, it's starting to crawl and creep its way back up. We're going to be looking for this again. So I'm going to say one more time, right around, let me zoom out right here, and go right 1342. And we're going to call this the getting fit move. Okay, so see again, so we're set up right here. It's above this level. That means that it could really go up to here. That's the kind of, again, we're alerted to it, and for everybody that is a Trade Ideas AI customer, you will get access to every single one of these things I'm taking. So one of the things we like to do is we like to do the homework for you. I want to put in the price levels that my expertise helps me know are good price levels, so there you have it. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, we already have it. Performance Sports Group. So I think, isn't it, they filed for bankruptcy or restructuring or something to that effect. But again, we don't care about that, because look what's happening today. Gap down, then it based. But look at the move from 303, even from 313 to 345 is a huge percentage move. So if it continues higher, we have an alert for it at I believe 373. And that's all set to go. Okay. Tour. once again, the idea here is you can anticipate this. You don't have to wait for anything. You can just kind of see what's going on. And let me just show you, like, there's a very easy way that with trade ideas you can just kind of take an idea, and this is the beauty of having access to tech that gives you idea evaluation very quickly. So this is kind of the recent downward trend line. So I can just come up here and I can say, okay, 19 confirmed recent break. Confirmed recent downtrend break. Okay? And now I've got this set up so that I know that if tour continues up, again, the whole point is like the rubber band's already stretched quite a bit to the downside. What we're trying to find out is how does it stretch back? That's what we're trying to get us into. We're looking for the high percentage movers. You know, one of the things I really want to showcase is this kind of behavior. So today, the Trade Ideas AI was in RDUS. Okay, and we had bought RDUS, so right around 33 something, like right around here, 33.75. So RDUS is a perfect example. If you look at this downtrend, I mean, from 62 to 25, basically a 2-month obliteration. Okay, we are not talking. Would it have been great being short this? Absolutely, but this is not what we're discussing, and a lot of people don't have the expertise to do that. Did you know they were going to do something positive? Impossible to catch this move, but here it's like a whole new life starts. So it gapped up, stabilized, and then it started to go again, and now it really is acting like it really wants to challenge this whole move. I mean, that's a gigantic percentage increase. Okay, this is exactly what we are talking about. So today was a move where you could have had 5 points, over 10% in this one stock, and we are looking for this kind of behavior in everything. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say 38. And continuation. So again, you can quickly see what's happening. Even though it looks like I might have missed some of the move, that's not, look at how much potential there is from 37 to 60 or 50 or even 45. That's what we're trying to get. Okay, so let's take a look at another one here. I'm switching to some of the different ones. So ASTC. Again, we're going to zoom out. You know, this kind of volatility, I mean, everybody's always excited about this. So obviously what's going on here, if you mark it up, and again, without knowing anything, you can just take a trend line and just kind of connect the bigger dots, you know, like right here. Then you can zoom back into it, and you can, like, once this happens, right, you can kind of start seeing that really the news is almost breaking over here a little bit ahead of time, and then the real digestion starts to happen. But so remember, this is again a name of a stock. These kind of stocks, they can double, triple, quintuple. I mean, we've seen them go from 2 to 11 in 2 weeks. Okay, and you can quickly see what it's doing. Technology develops, manufactures, sells, miniaturization, transportable, mass spectrometers. I mean, who knows? But obviously it's something that's very important for the stock because this move is gigantic on 10.83 million shares. So we have an alert in there. Oh, actually, I didn't put it in. But here, let me show you how I would do it. So look, you had this gigantic move from 160 all the way to 311, right? And then it kind of based. So what I want to do is I want to see it like right here. And I'll call it, say, 270. And again, just make a note, going again. So that lets you know that whatever was happening here, it's really starting to go again. You just don't miss it. And that's really the key. One of the most important things about being in the right, with the right community and the right service is what is the opportunity? Like, how confident are you that you're never going to miss anything good? And with trade ideas, that's really what it is. The bottom line is not missing anything that has potential. So let's take a look at some more names, okay? So let's see here. Okay, love this kind of a formation, and again, you have to be watching it. First of all, a couple of things. Okay, number one, from 5 to 6 is already a big move, but then you've got this really nice flat line. What that means is that if you're investing here, right, you can kind of really figure out your risk reward. If all of a sudden you see this stock, like let's say it's 6 or 605 or 6 even, then you know they're really trying to play with the emotions of these people. I mean, maybe like 598. So if you can stomach just a little bit, I mean, it's for a very small risk, the potential reward, I mean, again, is look at what you're trying to do. You know, this is the cosmetics, it's a beauty industry, and again, I'm not an analyst, but I am a profiler, and my technology helps me see that something is going on. So we definitely want to be in here, and we create an alert, and we're going to say it's at 6. I kind of sometimes try to be a little funny, so all that does, creating an alert for 666, just makes it easier for me to remember. When I bring it up, I say, haha, that's funny, and then I remember what was going on. And I do that all the time, okay? And again, Richard, for everyone who's in here, I'm going to be answering questions on the second part of the webinar. But yes, I'm going to share for everyone who has access to all of our technology, everything will be shared, okay? Including the lists that you see here, the hidden gems, trend change lubricant, everything else. Okay, so let's take a look at something else. So here's one of the ones I had spotted before, VNC Holdings, and if you can look at where my alert was at 6:15, and look at where it happened, where it's gone. So this is in my triggered list. This is why the line is green, but it's still on the trend change lubricant. I want to show you why. Okay, this is, again, the things that we were looking for. We were talking about how once it starts going, and it's in here. So it's really potentially still a very exciting time because it's in this void zone, and unless you were looking far back enough, you wouldn't know that. And what's really interesting is there's another one farther here. So you really want to be aware of this. And I'm going to say, let's see here. Add some. So what that means for me is that because it's kind of ran a little bit, what I'm going to do is if I see it go, I'll just buy 100 shares just to watch it, you know, and then if it goes, you know, I'll see what the new range is, and if it pulls back, I'd add some, because again, I really like what I'm seeing here. So this one, really nice looking kind of pattern. Okay, so one of the things I do here is I'm constantly sorting back and forth. Okay, so for example here, I can sort by volume, and everything that comes across here is very, very high volume traded. So here's another example of a pattern that we love at Trade Ideas, and all of you should love. And also, it just kind of really shows what it is that we're doing. So look, OMER, I mean, and we've talked about this stock. I know that I've brought this one up several times. Here it's coming down, and it started to base. So we would be looking for that base break right here, and look at that beautiful pattern afterwards. This is exactly the kind of thing that we like seeing. It's kind of ran a little bit, but here's the thing, it's right, if it doesn't pull back, it could keep going. So what we're going to do is we're going to say right here 17 and never look back. So hopefully everyone who's here is noticing that as I'm adding this information, right, I'm making my life a lot easier because I'm not going to have to worry about any of these again because they're all in here. And as I keep going, BTU, SHAC, and everything else, when I see this, all I know is that every single one of these is something that I know I'm ready to jump into, including the stuff that we just did. So this is what I'm going to be giving you guys, the ones that are Trade Ideas customers. I'm going to give this to you so that everybody has it. And every one of these stocks, now what's really nice too is that you can sort this data. So check it out. This is a bad print, but I can say, okay, so show me something that's really close to getting triggered, right? That's the beauty of having our data. So here, just giving you an example, ANTH is 5 cents away from one of my alerts. So here it is. So it probably could come up tomorrow, but I'm ready, and you can see, and here's just another example of a good one. So this is the kind of the thing that you are going to get once you have access to my data. Really going. Here's an example, of what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to miss this one, because it's all there ready and it's all set up, and I've had it from the week before. This one hit and pulled back, which by the way happens, but it's still on the radar. So now it's not hit anymore, and you can see that it's right there. But you can see all the potential that's there. That's really we're basically, in essence, we've reinvented the whole notion of how you paper trade, because what happens with Trade Ideas is everything that you get into, and as I showed you, it's either something that's triggered or something that is not triggered. Everything that's triggered, you can keep track of it. So I know that my eyes are doing really good, because with the help of our software, my triggers, when you take all the pluses and the minuses and you combine them, I'm up $34. That's pretty good. Okay, and again, all of this is shared with everybody. That's the difference between really the kind of technology that we're bringing to the table and what everyone else is doing. We're really effectuating the fact that you can take advantage of these very quickly. So let's go to a couple of other ones. Again, I feel like, again, I don't want to overwhelm anyone. Okay, so goodness gracious, everyone's been talking about this. And it's on this window called Holly's must-watch list. Again, I have kind of several of these that I work on, and some of the names you'll see they repeat. But this one, I mean, this is exactly what's possible and why you're in the market. And again, I've said this before. Look at the downside. Look at the upside. You are here for this and for this reason only. Okay? So let me explain what I'm going to do real quick now is explain Linda's question about from above or below. So let's say I want to see if LEJU comes back to 450. Okay, so I can say 450, price of falls to 450, and I can call this, I say add a pullback, and hit save. Okay, so now, let me just change that. So here it is. Now I have one. So all of these are the ones where I'm looking for it to go up. This one from above, it just means that I'm looking for it to come down. So and it automatically knows depending on where the price is. That's what's really nice. So I can go like this, and I can say continuing higher. And what I'm doing here, notice it knows. So now I have what's called bracketed. Okay, so I've got the pullback price and I've got my breakout price, and we do this a lot. And as any professional, you want to have better kind of schematics. Sometimes you have, like, again, both the pullback and the breakout price together. All right, so let's go back to a couple of other ones that are interesting. This one had come across. You can kind of see huge move from 115 to 167 is gigantic. It's pulling back. There could be something interesting here. So let's take a look. So if you look at the intraday data, right? you can say, okay, I want to see this if it pulls back to 160. So here, price, it falls to 160, pulled back. Okay, so now I have that and I can see where it is. I like that as a buy price, and I would add to it. I'm not going to chase it, but I'll add to it if it comes there. So again, there's on the Trade of the Week webinar, I really try to work on the names versus specifically talking about the technique to get in and get out. What we try to do is, so let me kind of explain to everybody, how do we help our clients actually make money? As Scott's going to come in here, we're a subscription-based service, and people subscribe to us and they look at this data in real time, and our customers are always sharing ideas with one another. So we have a very active community, and I'm going to kind of bring this up real quick here. So probably one of the best things about Trade Ideas is that it's really not just simply a company with a technology. It's also a community of very engaged users that utilize the technology, and they share ideas, whether they're in trades of the week or they're following Barry or following myself, or just interacting with one another. So the whole idea about extracting money from the markets is that it's not done in solitude. It's really always nice to have a group where you can bounce ideas off, even if the group isn't always right and you have something that's working. But still, we have a very functional organization that takes you from, again, your subscription to the training where we valet service your up-ramp, to being in the community, to, again, getting these webinars where we're really working hard on trying to give you the ideas that hopefully will pay for the service by itself. So Scott, good break point, would you say?
Yeah, seems like it.
Okay. Add.
So as Dan mentioned, we're a software as a service company, and our core model is subscription-based. Our standard subscription is $99 a month, and it's no contract. You can cancel at any time. It's automatically renewing. It includes all of your real-time data and exchange fees. It includes our charting. And very importantly, it also includes a free hour of one-on-one training. So the best thing to do as soon as you become a Trade Ideas subscriber to get a head start and get your layouts going right away is to sign up for that training and just click on support on our website, click on training, and we have a very easy little interface right there with a calendar. You can pick your preferred time and day that's available. Our annual plan is only $888 a year. Again, no contract, automatically renewing. You're locked in at those prices, even if we increase our price, as long as your subscription's active. And obviously, $888 saves you a bundle compared to $99 a month. The AI strategy license, that is required to get access to the AI channel, the limit alerts, and our backtesting module, the odds maker, which lets you backtest without any scripting or programming at all. You can improve your own strategies and optimize your own, or use Holly to find trades that are performing in the market right now and share your limit alerts with the community. So that's a one-time $1,100 cost. Now, that is lifetime, so as long as you also have an active subscription, you have access to the higher level premium Trade Ideas features. Dan is going to go ahead and answer your questions now and also show you a little bit more. And at the end of the presentation, I will give up those the promo code and the link that will help you either upgrade your plan with Trade Ideas or become a new subscriber. Dan?
Thank you, Scott. So what I'm going to talk about real quick is I'm going to answer Max's question. So how much breathing room? So that's a great question. On any trade, there's always a question of, well, how much breathing room should you give? One of the things that we've done to help investors do this is we created this thing called the Smart Stop. Okay? So what the Smart Stop does is it looks at a stock and it looks at its activity for the day. And again, some of them are, depending on the different stocks, you get a different price, but the volatility will make each one of them 25. Again, it can be similar, but because of the different stocks, so like you would expect Cisco to be similar to Intel, a little bit higher. So here, for Cisco, for example, the stop is 31 cents, whereas for Microsoft, it's 44 cents. For Apple, it's 66 cents. And again, everything is completely custom volatility and stock adjusted. So Linda, the AI and the odds maker are the same thing. There's really no limit, no difference. What happens is when you have access to the AI, you get access to the odds maker, which lets you test any idea by yourself. But the AI is just an evolution of the odds maker, which does all of this automatically. One of the things we keep stressing is that, here, I'm going to turn this on real quick. So this is our AI channel, and hopefully it's actually working, testing stuff right now. But here it had 4, 5, 7 trades today. Okay, 7 trades, 96 cents. So 1, 2, 3. Let me look at the active strategies. 1, 2, 3, 4 active strategies. 3. 100, I mean 2 100s, 125%, but still positive. So this is what our AI does, okay? So during the day, our clients, when they're getting this information, for example, this is why I brought up the RDUS. Here was the trade where we got our clients into 33.17, and again, it exited at 34.26 for a 0.9, but then continued another 3 points higher. This is what people use during the day, and what happens is every single stock, so I want to just give you an example. Let's say you get into it, right? Well, here you can kind of see this would be your stop. Okay, here's the stop for this one. Here's the stop for that one. Everything is custom. So here, let me explain about settings for the AI. So all of the AI has about 45 different strategies that are part of the artificial intelligence, and those 45 strategies compete to be in the game. So this is what they're doing right now. So when if I turn this off, so here, what you see from last night, after last night's data crunching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strategies came to make it, and only 6 long and 1 short. We don't control anything other than that. In other words, there's already strategies there for large market cap, for large volume, for penny stocks, for exploiting the breakouts on highs, or exploiting the pullbacks, or buying lows, or selling lows. All of that's already in there, but the AI figures out what's working and lets us know and does all of that by itself. This is what's great about it. And why, again, I'm just saying that this is the biggest technological leap forward for individual investors. Yeah, for small caps, like here you have like Mighty Mouse. That was a strategy that's aimed at small caps. We have even a smaller one, which is 1 penny stocks, Abe's Penny Plucker. There's a lot of different ones like that. And again, there's stuff for almost every single trader. It's just a question of when the statistics work. And again, we have the most viable reactive system on the planet in terms of equity speculation. You just can't do better than this because nothing can predict the market, but we react to it in the best way possible and also share that information so that you can take advantage. That's the key. Yeah, I mean, Max, it's not a problem at all. You know, we on these webinars where it's not as many subscribers, we kind of talk about how, you know, not only is this the AI engine for the retail investor, but anything that you're interested in, whether, you know, it's social media or things that are just moving up. You know, we kind of really went away from the need for you as an investor to be able to set all of this up. We put in the expertise, and so what you'll see is you'll see a lot of the stocks that are on these Holly lists, they'll also be here, you know, because we're watching everything, right? We're watching these big moves. We want to make sure we're catching them, and we're catching them in multiple different ways, whether it's on the price channel or on the social media channel. Here it is, on the social media channel or on the surge channel. And the surge is, again, specifically looking as things just like, come in. A lot of the times you're seeing, again, some of these same kinds of things. So there's a lot of reiteration. Even if you miss something, you can catch it somewhere else. But the bottom line is there is no vendor in fintech that has the kind of technology that gives you a statistical advantage when you invest actively. So we hope that you really get a chance and participate. And to do that, Scott, we have a pretty good promotion for this evening's webinar, I believe.
Yeah, we do. It's something we like to do to thank everyone for attending our webinars is provide some value. So what we're able to give you today is a promotional code. And actually, if you go ahead and look at your GoToWebinar interface, you should see a handouts panel and a PDF download. So if you download that PDF, it's a handy little thing that'll, give you the same information. There's a code you see highlighted there, Holly9, and it's all capitals, HOLLY 9. Use that code on checkout, and you can try your first month for half off. Just under $50, $49, and then it renews at $99. Get your first year for $710. That's a discount from $888. That's 20% off. Or get the AI oddsmaker license for 30% off for $770, and that's lifetime. So if you're already a monthly subscriber and want to upgrade to the year, it's a great way to do that. If you already have a subscription and want to add the AI, it's a great way to do that as well and save. And a little tip here, by the way, you need to use that code by end of business on Friday, or then it's going to expire. Now we also have a page up where you can get everything. So it's an excellent upgrade from having being on the $99 a month plan. If you are ready to get the AI and you're ready to consolidate to a year, this saves you a bundle. You can go to that link, the bit.ly/AI Holly. It all has to be in capitals for the AI Holly. It is case sensitive. But that's an easy way for you to get to the page where you can get everything together. And instead of it costing $1988, which would be $1,100 for the oddsmaker AI license and $888 for your first year, it just drops it down to $1,480. You save over $500 immediately. Great way to do it. This is a fantastic upgrade from being on the monthly plan. It's one of our most popular ways to change from just being a standard monthly subscriber to having our premium service, which having access to that AI license is basically Trade Ideas Premium, and we have regular Trade Ideas. Again, it also includes that hour power, 1 hour training, and everything. It's a fantastic deal. Richard, email info@trade-ideas.com and ask for Dan's layout. I'm sure I'd be happy to share that with you. If you have any questions at all, email us info@trade-ideas.com. You can reach out to Dan directly. He's Dan at. Jesse, the 1480 is using that code Holly9 on checkout on that page. So that code is only good until the weekend. The combo is the pricing, so it's a $1988 total. I'm just allowing the promotional code to be applied to that combo. So that will be good for as long as that Holly9 code is good. I will probably have a similar offer next week, but we never know when we're going to actually change these things. Dan's email is dan@trade-ideas.com. And he's easy to get a hold of. Follow Dan on Twitter, Trade Ideas 1, or follow Trade Ideas other account, which has a bunch of good scans going out every day at Trade Ideas. Facebook, we sometimes post some original things to Facebook. Find us there, facebook.com/TradeIdeasPro. Bro. And thanks everyone for joining us this evening. There'll be a recording up. You'll get an email with a link to the recording. Cheers, have a good one. Hopefully
Thank you, everybody. Please make sure to go to our free trading room. That's one of the best ways to get an initial experience of Trade Ideas, and this is going to be a very exciting year for us, so we hope to enjoy it with you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to the trading room tomorrow morning, right around market open, and hang out there with Barry. Also, we have you should have gotten an invite because I think you're all on my list. So there should be an invite to Jamie's trading studio for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be a good one too. So make sure to attend that as well. We'll see you at the next Trade of the Week webinar. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dan. Thanks, everyone.